Hi, I'm Tesla. She, her, hers, 25, Texas, no dependents, one dog, middle class sort of salary. And I am a compulsive budgeter, I guess. Is that a thing? I don't know. Today is September 1st, which means actually, no, today is September 2nd. I got paid yesterday. I was told that my raise was going to kick in September 1st, but it did not. I think even though it starts September 1st, it doesn't kick into the next pay period. So I was a little surprised, but it's okay. I have $2,287.65 to work with. The bulk of it is, of course, my salary, $2,103.85. $44.25 came from interest paid. I use Current, which pays 4% interest up to 6K, link in the description. I used to use M1 Finance because they had good interest. When the rest of the banks were at 0.5, they did double at 1%. But now they're at 1.70, just like every other bank, and are actually like behind some other banks. And I've been waiting for them to up their interest rates, and they just haven't. So I moved my money out of there. If your current bank does not already offer 1.70 or higher, then I still would recommend M1 Finance. But just know, Current and M1 Finance are both digital banks. So withdrawing cash is really tricky. I'm going through the difficulties of that right now. When I get into transportation, I'll talk more about that. I got $10.55 as a cashback reward from Upside, which is you get cashback for buying gas. I've had it maybe 2 months, so it's already nice to see the rewards stack up so quickly. I did a phone call with a client, and that was only $4. And then because of all the hectic stuff going on with my bank, and because I'm not able to withdraw cash when I need it, they gave me $125 for the inconvenience. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order because I typically like to do credit card payments first, but it is the second and I've already got some negatives going on. So let's address that first because it'll affect how much it wants me to put into credit card payments anyway. So I always put $200 from each check into my 401k, and then I don't know how much I'm going to be able to invest throughout the rest of the year. I don't know how well I can balance my living standards without a roommate, as well as investing pretty ambitiously, what I consider to be ambitious for my personal circumstances. But this month, I want to see if I can get away with still investing $1,300 a month. My automatic transaction already went through. I spent $450 equally between HDV, VYM, VTI, and VGT. If you're curious, that is not me telling you to purchase those items because I am not a financial advisor. I am just an oversharer. Subscriptions already hit the first of the month. I pay for storage and then Pandora, so I'm going to pull from Ready to Assign. For dining out, I know it's only day 2 and I've already spent $43.09. That is because I went to Panda Express during a work lunch, and if you buy a kids meal with an egg roll, that is $8.34. That is way overpriced for a freaking kids meal. And then today, my mom and I were very stressed. We were dealing with some issues at my bank because of wire transfers and cash flow issues. And so I bought us both lunch, a lot of stuff at Pizza Hut to just gorge on. So I will assign 4309 from Ready to Assign. Why does that say 498? Oh, you know why? Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I did not go to Wendy's. Okay, I didn't go to Wendy's, but it's pulling in a transaction from Wendy's and it hasn't cleared yet. So I don't know if that means it's one of those weird transactions that's just going to go away, or like, where did this come from? I don't know. I'm not paying for it yet because I don't believe that's a rightful transaction from my bank. I can tell you right now, I'm not saving anything for this first check in September. So I just talked all about my car being totaled in a flash flood in my last video and how I haven't been able to get around like I want to due to other circumstances. Well, I thought my insurance would have paid me out by now for a new car, but they haven't, so it means I've been using my own funds at the moment. Insurance is supposed to give me $11,765.75 for the Hyundai I had. I wanted to find a cheap used car for like no more than $6,000. But this Toyota I got was a good deal. It gets 50 miles to the gallon. It's got a moonroof, leather seats, a great AC, which is important, a clean engine, acceptable mileage, and I only had one weekend to find a car. And so I took the plunge. I spent more than I wanted to for a total of $10,000, which after insurance pays me should leave me $1,765.75, which is not as much as I wanted to hold on to, but it's not too bad. My mom thinks I should use that money to improve my house. I want to invest it, of course. My stepdad thinks I should just save it because of my cash flow concerns. I don't know. I think once the money does come in, I'm going to see how these next 2 months go. I'm going to sit on it, pretend it doesn't exist. And the reason I am negative $15,142.14 here is because I only have a digital bank and I didn't order any checks. So I thought it's no problem. I'm just going to sell my mom the money. She's going to cash it out. Well, my bank stopped working with Zelle. I think no problem. I'll just do a wire transfer. Well, I tried to schedule it on Saturday. I called back on Tuesday to check on the transfer. They didn't schedule it like they said they would. And then once I rescheduled it, it's been taking days for it to go through. So basically, my mom and I had to get on the phone with the wire department, the security department managers, and my mom yelled at them for an hour. And they finally pushed the transfer through. And then they gave me $125. And they gave me that because it's an emergency. I need the $10,000 to pay for the car because otherwise I'm not going to have a car, right? But she doesn't have $10,000 in her account, which really surprised me, but whatever. So I had to Venmo her. I had to move my money around from different accounts, trying to use Zelle from different bank accounts. My stepdad had to Venmo his own money out. It's not like I could use ATMs because they don't let you pull out $10,000 at a time. And so my money has just been all over the place. It's been a mess. And so even though I only needed to cash out 10K, I removed 15K out of my savings. And I think to this point, my mom still only has 2.5K out of that 15K. And so it's been really stressful. And I think from now on, I'm going to have my emergency fund in a physical bank where I can withdraw cash. Reports are going to look crazy this month between me using my own money. And then, once my insurance pays me, YNAB is going to think I made $11,000 this month. And I had a car issue in January and it looked weird in my reports, but then I was able to fix it, but now I don't remember how. And with everything going on, I'm just going to deal with it later. I also already paid my car insurance, so I'm just going to assign that right now for my ready to assign. But the rest of the money, I am just going to pull from my emergencies. And then my emergencies will be replenished when my insurance pays me and my mom pays me back, whatever extra I get. This is saying the positive 11,000 because it's an upcoming transaction that I'm expecting, but I actually don't know when I'm going to get that money. I have no idea. Also, I still have to pay for gas, right? And now that I have a fuel efficient car, I don't really know how much to put, so I am still just going to put that extra 60. I hope the 50 miles per gallon saves me gas in the long run because my Hyundai only did 30. And actually, because it's a Prius, I'll get a discount on my car insurance, only $3 off per month, but every penny counts. I really hope this car lasts me a long time because I hate car shopping. It stresses me out so much. For this, I'm going to pull from my month ahead fund. I only have one bill that hits my second check, but I like to cover it right in the very beginning. And then I like to have it zero out. So it's going to be a total of $1,620.13 is what I'm estimating. Once my roommate moves out, I think my water could go down just a little bit, and then I think my electricity should go down a lot. There have been many, many times when I have woken up in the middle of the night and it's so cold, and I go downstairs, and of course the lights are always on all the time because I'm the only one who turns off the lights. And then I see my thermostat, just yesterday, was at 66 degrees, even though when we first moved in, we agreed to keep it at 70. And then I'm also considering what it might be like if I just don't use my AC and just use my fans. It's Texas. It'll probably be 90 to 105 degrees up until December. And if it were only me, I would just suffer through it. But I do have a small dog and I want him to be comfortable. So on days when I work from home, I plan to have my AC off and just see how he does, if he looks too hot, if he's panting, if he can't get comfortable. And if that's the case, then I will leave my AC on all the time, but maybe I'll put it at 75 instead of 70. So, anyway, all that to say that I hope my bills go down because $350 towards electricity is, I think, way, way too much. And so, if I were to split the 1620.13 or whatever by two checks, that would be $810.07. I don't think I can replenish it to that amount this check. I am gonna put 400 back into it, but since my second checks are normally much more flexible, I'm hoping that I can dedicate the full 1,220.13 cents back. And as far as this check and the rest of 2022, I might not be able to save anything at all. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised too much if my savings just went totally down. I hope not. I hope it stays at least kind of even throughout the year. But now that all those negatives are taken care of, let's make sure we prioritize the credit card payment. It says it wants 57.76, so I am just going to go ahead and say yes to that. September will be the first time in maybe 5 months that I've had made a meal at home because I'll have to cook. With the way my budgeting is change like with the way my budget is changing, there's not going to be a choice. And part of the reason I also stopped buying groceries is my roommate would eat and drink all my stuff without telling me. I shouldn't say all my stuff, but she would take my stuff without telling me. So even when I would go to cook or make something, then it wouldn't be there and I'd have to eat out anyway. So why am I going to pay double, buy groceries for her basically, and then have to buy myself fast food when I could just, choose one? But my food is just going to be mine. My kitchen is just going to be mine. I'll have to buy more dishes because even though I just bought a new set maybe a month ago, entire sets of bowls are missing. I found out she damaged some of my cooking supplies. She left it so dirty that even she didn't want to wash it, so she left it outside to rust. So once she moves out, I will have to rebuy some stuff to have a functional kitchen again. Whenever the water machine and the ice maker and the freezer went out in the fridge, she never told me. She just let all our food go bad. Not that I really had any food in there anyway, but I tried to get a fridge guy out, but I called several companies. No one ever came. I don't know if it was because of all the rain or what. But once my kitchen is restored, I will have to cook to basically afford anything, and it wants 120 up front, so I'm just gonna say yes to that right now. I'm good on pain meds, sleeping pills, toothpaste, but I don't know, something small could come up. So I am guessing the fridge is going to cost $350 to fix plus tax, maybe another 50. And then my roommate is moving right across the street from me into an affordable apartment. It's walking distance the next street over. And I think now that I'm living alone, I think now could finally be the time where I get that camera I've been wanting that can watch my street, which I'm guessing could be $50 after tax. As I mentioned, I will need other stuff for my house, but I have to hold off because how am I going to assign more money to this category right now? And then if you see here, I have two upcoming transactions. It's the camera. So actually, I can remove the last 50 because it's already included in that, I think. I have a shipment for more laundry pods, $37.05. Drops is an eco-friendly company I use. I think I'm going to push this to next paycheck. So I'm not going to pressure myself to cover it. I'm just going to I'm going to make a note to myself for drops to move it over. Dog Chip has been away from me since July 2nd. When I first told my roommate she needed to move out, she was screaming and crying and cussing and stomping and slamming things, hitting things. And so I've been having my mom watch over him because I'm not always home. And when I told her, I'm not comfortable with him here, she said that she couldn't believe I thought that about her. But one time I heard her say, it's taking all my self control to stay here and be a decent person. And it's yeah, that totally sounds like someone I want around my pet. Are you kidding me? So, whatever, now that he's going to be back, I think I want to get him some treats or something, maybe just $15. look at this, $336.25 to lifestyle expenses is so very little money. So let's just do giving first because I still want to prioritize giving when I can. So I'm going to put $25 there. I don't know what I'm going to need, but I am sure that something weird is going to come up this month. So just put $20 in miscellaneous. For appearance, I really need to get my face threaded, and it's actually only $28 when I looked over my past transactions to the place that I go. For fun money, I have got nothing planned on my calendar, and both my calendar and my wallet look pretty bleak. But I am going to assign 50 just in case I need to blow off some steam or something. Um, there's a good chance that money is just going to get moved elsewhere, but I'm not sure yet. That leaves dining out. It's like I don't want to assign any money there, but it's like I already spent $40 in 2 days. Like I obviously put a lot of money there all the time. I think I'm gonna try to get away with $75. It says 72 because of this weird Wendy's transaction, but it's like, when did that happen? I reconcile my accounts like twice a day. I am in this app compulsively. Like, I think this is gonna have to, I don't know what's up with this. Do I think I am only going to spend $75? No. But if I can convince myself to eat like I did in college, cereal, ramen, baked potatoes that I made at home, like maybe I can do it. Pasta, I'm trying to think back to all this shit I used to eat when I was so broke. I think I'm just going to put the rest of the money here because I don't actually know where it's going to go, where I'm going to need it. I don't know what to expect. I could put it back into savings, but I don't want to put it there and then have to keep pulling it out again, Like this is already. One more thing, in one of my other videos, I talked about my family's RV fund, how I'm holding the money for them, but I didn't want to see it in budget. So I think I did figure out how to move it off budget, but I didn't want to move it off budget without messing up my other accounts because I had a lot of transfers in between accounts, and some of the money I got was cash, some of it was digital from different sources, but I think I figured it out. I just had to go back and delete a bunch of stuff. I think this is the right amount of money for my off budget account, even though it is in a savings account, so it could be on budget, but it's not my money and I don't want it on my mind all the time and be reminded of this all the time, especially because my parents now have six months to figure out what they're going to do. The only thing is it definitely messed up my cash. It says I have negative $46.94, which is impossible. You can have zero cash. You can't have negative cash. I don't know if I feel like I've tried to investigate this and figure out what I did wrong. I don't know if I just need to do a reconciliation balance adjustment or what, but everything else I know is correct. This is a small thing, but I think it's pretty cool. It's my income breakdown. So I started YNAB with a savings balance of $32,300 and basically $42. Well, now my salary is finally bigger than my starting balance. This is 42.20% of all my money, and this is 43.64. So I am finally making more this year than what I've already had, which feels good because my starting balance took me years and years to save. And the fact that I've already made more than my whole starting balance in 1 year, it just feels like really cool. So, anyway, I'm going to take all these budgeted numbers, I'm going to put them in my budget by paycheck spreadsheet. And then, September 15th, I'll put on my actual transactions, my activity numbers into that spreadsheet, and then do another mid-month check-in. I'm still not sure how helpful it is because I already do a monthly review at the end of the month. And then I feel like I tend to just cover the major stuff. So then I feel like it gets repeated. I don't know. I'm going to still keep trying it to see how I like it going forward. But anyway, I hope you have a great September and that you get a whole lot of money and fulfillment and whatever the fuck else you want. So good luck and I will see y'all later.